I tallied up the votes and this is the verses you guys chose. Make sure to vote for next verses by clicking the card at the top of the screen. Jango Fett and Boba Fett meet on a deserted battlefield. Each are armed with their own designated armor, weapons, and gadgets. This is a fight to the death. Who wins the Battle of the Fetts? Now before I begin, this versus is just my opinion, so make sure to let me know your opinion in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy this versus and you'd like to see more, click the card at the top of the screen to check out my versus playlist. For this fight, I am only comparing both Fetts from what we see in the films and the TV shows, so Legends material will not be counted for. But without further ado, let's begin. First with Jango Fett. Jango was a very skilled marksman. He was trained by actual Mandalorians from a young age, in all types of combat skills and techniques. He is an expert in hand-to-hand combat, as we saw in episode 2, where he was actually able to trade blows with Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jango's armor was made of Durasteel, which had an extremely high melting point, which made it very effective against lightsabers and laser blasts. But though it is a strong metal, it's not impervious to lightsabers and laser blasts. Moving on to cons. Jango's armor may have a high melting point, but the material he wears underneath his Durasteel plates is still very much penetratable. Also, though Jango is a strong combatant, he sometimes becomes a little cocky, resulting in fatal errors. Now moving on to his opponent, Boba Fett. Boba is a very skilled hand-to-hand fighter. He's an incredible marksman as well, being regarded as the most famous bounty hunter in the galaxy. Boba's armor is made of Duraplast, which is essentially stronger than Durasteel, but it is still destructible. From a young age, he was trained by Jango Fett before his death. Also, he's a clone of Jango Fett, so I guess you can kind of say that's a pro, so we'll just throw that in there. Now for cons. Although Duraplast is a stronger version of Durasteel, they're really not that much different. Also, it seems that Boba suffers from the same problem as his father. He underestimates his opponent on occasions, which leads him to become somewhat cocky, which consequently leads to his death, or at least his supposed death, because we don't exactly know if he's dead or not. But considering we haven't seen him at all in actual canon so far, we'll just consider him dead for now. Now in conclusion, essentially both fighters are near the same in terms of character. In fact, you could say Jango was just a copy of Boba Fett but turned blue, or vice versa, except turned green? Yeah, you can say either way. Whatever the case, with all these facts laid out, I declare the winner is Jango Fett. Now I understand that Boba Fett is a beloved character, but to be honest, Jango is just an overall more skilled fighter. The one thing I'd say Boba would have the edge on over Jango is his long-range shooting, but we can't truly confirm or deny Jango isn't capable in it, especially since he was raised by the Mandalorians, which are essentially super soldiers. For Boba, sure, Jango may have taught him at a very young age how to fight, but don't forget, Jango died when Boba was only 10, whereas Jango was trained at an even younger age until he was a young adult. Now of course, we could assume Boba learned new tricks over the years, but Jango was hardwired in how to kill from a very young age. So usually I do a scenario, but let's just say this. In a long-range rifle battle, Boba would probably win, but in a hand-to-hand or short-range combat or any other type of combat, Jango would probably decimate Boba. So with all this said, I declare the victor is Jango Fett. But of course, that's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Who do you think would win this fight? Remember to like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.